are too. Could you give me a big wave? Say, hi, Mrs. Ceil. I'm so glad that you're here with me for the Extended Storytime program. Okay, so let's do our first song. And it's not a real busy one, but you have to stand up for it, okay? We're gonna clap our hands and tap our toes, and we're gonna swing around a little bit. We're just gonna get warmed up so we can start the program, okay? All right, here we go.
Hands are clapping, clap, clap, clap. Hands are clapping, clap, clap, clap. Hands are clapping, clap, clap, clap. Clap your hands, my darling. Toes are tapping,
tapping. Who's got your toes?
Toes are tapping, tap, tap, tap. Toes are
They're on the
tapping,
floor.
tap, tap, tap. Tap your toes, my darling. Arms are swinging,
Just
swing,
swing
swing,
your arms
swing.
back and
Arms are
forth.
swinging, swing, swing, swing. Arms are swinging, swing, swing, swing. Swing your arms, my darling. Eyes are blinking.
Can you blink your eyes? Do you see mine blinking?
Blinking, blink, blink, blink. Eyes are blinking.
Blink them?
Blink, blink. Blink your eyes, my darling. Heads are nodding.
Nod your head. Like when mommy or daddy or grandma or grandpa asks you something and you say, yes, yes.
Nod your head, my darling.
Okay. All right, I think that was a good start for today. Okay, so next is the weather. And I'll be right back. We'll talk about it. The weather is really starting to change. It is getting much colder out. But believe it or not, it's not the winter yet. It's still the season of the fall. In a few more days, it'll be winter, officially winter, even though some of those days really feel like winter because it's really cold out. But let's talk about today's weather. And again, today's weather is the weather that I see, boys and girls, okay? I hope you're looking out your window to see if it's raining or if it's sunny out, what the weather is when you wake up. Okay, so today, the sun was out, but there were also a lot of clouds in the sky. The sun was kind of peeking in and out, in and out. It was out for a while and then it hid behind the clouds and then it came out again. So I am going to get my sunshine and put it up here. And I'm going to get my cloud and I'm going to put it here because I really want the sun to be out more than hide behind the clouds. But you know what? When I looked out, I could really see the branches on the tree that was behind my house moving a lot. So it was windy out today. So I'm going to put up a cloud that looks like this. And this cloud with these lines going here represent the wind. So I'm going to put that cloud up too. And it was really pretty windy today, which made it feel even colder when I went outside. So what am I going to put on Weather Bear? What shall we put on him? Let's start the way we always do because we can't start with his hat. That wouldn't work. We need to start from the bottom and work our way up. So let's start with his pants, okay? All right, Weather Bear has some pants. And then we need something for his tummy, something for his chest and his arms. What should we give him? A shirt is a good choice. So let's give him a shirt. And then something for his feet as well. If he were in the house, he could walk around without his shoes on, right? But if he goes outside, he certainly needs to put something on his feet. So what shall that be? Some sneakers or shoes? Sure. And even if he had boots, he could put the boots on too. So let's put his sneakers on because I know Weather Bear likes to run. And sneakers are good for that. Okay. And if he were going to go outside today, he would certainly need something to put on over his shirt. What will that be? Yeah, Yeah, he could put on a jacket, he could put on a sweater, a sweatshirt, but it's getting a little cooler. So you said jacket, and I have one that's more of a jacket for the cold weather. So we're going to give Weather Bear that jacket. Okay, and he needs something for his head because he always likes something for his head. What are we going to give him? A hat? Yes, we are. We're going to give him a hat. I have one right here. It's his cold weather hat. The one that's a little bit warmer, and it's got that little pom-pom on top, which I really like. And you know what else we're going to give Weather Bear today? We're going to give him something to put on his hands. What do you think we should put on his hands if it were cold out? Do you have something that you wear on your hands? Do you have something? Gloves? Yes. Or how about that other one that all of your fingers go in and just your thumb and all of your fingers are together? Do you have those? Mittens? Yes. Weather Bear has a pair of mittens right here. And I'm just going to put them on his hands today. And of course, if he gets warm, he can take those off as well. All right, he looks good to go out, but I am going to put up a few leaves. There are not many on the trees. Maybe this is all that's left, just these 3 leaves, because most of the trees are bare. They have lost all of their leaves, but it's still the fall. It's not winter yet. So I'm going to add our leaves. Okay, the weather is done. Weather Bear looks great. And next is our project. So let's see what that's going to be. Let's do our project. I'm going to show you what it is, and I hope that you recognize it and guess. Let's see. Do you know what that is? Did you say a reindeer? I hope you said a reindeer because that's what I think it is, and that's what I want you to make today. Boys and girls, this little reindeer is going to need some help from your grown-up. So could you please call whoever is with you, mommy or daddy or grandma, grandpa, your aunt or your uncle, your grown-up, because they are going to have to help you just a little bit with this project, okay? Okay, all right. So I wonder if you noticed something about this reindeer. Did you notice his antlers? Do they look like something that you are familiar with? Do they look a little bit like your hand? Yes. Well, guess what? That's what these antlers are. They are a tracing of a hand. Now, of course, not my hand, because look, my hand is much larger than those little antlers, but I did make small ones just so that they could fit the reindeer. So this is where your grown-up has to help you. So ask mom or dad to come in, or grandma, or grandpa, or your aunt or your uncle, and maybe if your big brother or sister is there, they can help as well. But we need somebody to trace your hands. Okay, so there is a piece of paper that looks like this. And I want you to put your hand on it, one hand on this side, and then one hand on this side. Now, of course, my hand is too large, but I think your hands are about the size of these little antlers, and they will certainly fit on the paper. So your grown-up has to get a pencil or a pen, and you have to put your hand on the paper, and what they are going to do is trace it. They're going to take their pencil and trace the outline of your whole hand, even your thumb and a little bit of your wrist, okay? Keep your hand very still so that it doesn't wiggle around, because you need to get those antlers. Stretch those fingers out. And then, when that hand is traced, I need you to put the other hand on the paper so your grown-up can trace that one as well. They do the tracing, and then I need for them to also do the cutting. Now, you may know how to use scissors, and if you do, I am very, very proud of you. But cutting out hands is a little tricky, because if you make the wrong cut, you know what happens? You wind up losing some of those fingers that you put on there. And I don't mean these fingers, I mean the fingers that were traced on the paper. I'm sure that you are very careful, but I would like your grown-up to do this part of it. Okay, so your grown-up is going to cut out the hands, and then there should be two that look something like this, right? If it were traced, now of course, that one is smaller than mine, it's more like your size, but you will have two of those hands. Okay, so that's the first thing that we have to do. Now, the next thing, while you're grown up, is cutting out your handprints. You can do the next part of it. So the next part of it, you have to take that little bag that you have, and you have to open it up, but do it gently. Don't tear the bag, okay? We need it to be all together. I don't want it ripped. And then, I also gave you a piece of tissue paper that's green. I want you to open it up all the way, like this. And then I want you to crumple it up, but not really, really tight. So watch what I'm doing. I'm gonna crumple it, but I didn't make it really, really small. And then I'm going to take it and put it inside of that bag, because we need something to hold the bag open after you start to glue the pieces onto it. Okay, so you're going to take that green tissue paper, you're going to crumple it, but remember, don't crumple it really tight. Open it up all the way, and then crumple it nice and gentle. Okay, very gently. And then put it to the bottom of your bag. Okay, now we need the grown-ups' help again. So grown-ups, if you're watching, and I hope you are, you have to help with this part as well. So now we are going to close the top, just like this, with our fingers. But we have to fold one side, and we have to fold the other side. And what happens when we fold it like that, we get this little point, okay? We're going to fold one side on the top, and then we're going to fold the other side on the top, okay? And you get a little point. Then we're going to fold that over, and you are going to put some glue right here on your bag so that, it looks like a triangle. So that triangle piece stays on your bag like this. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to crumple the paper, you're going to put it inside, then the top is going to get closed and it gets folded just a little corner and just the other little corner, and then you have a point. And then you take that and fold it over and you glue underneath so that it stays. Now you're going to have to hold it. You're going to have to hold it for a little bit to just make sure that glue sets so that it doesn't pop open. And if it does pop open, then you have to add a little bit more glue, and then you just have to be patient and hold it for just a few minutes longer. Okay, once that part is done, then we can decorate our little reindeer. So, there are a few things that you have to do. One thing is, you have a green piece of paper like this. It's long and narrow. This is your reindeer's collar. So you're going to put some glue from your glue stick down at the bottom and put on the collar. Now the paper is going to stick pretty easily, but the other things don't usually stick too easily, like the googly eyes and the pom-pom nose. And you also have some sparkles, some sequins, okay? They are going to decorate your little reindeer collar. Do you see mine down here? So after you glue on your collar, you can put some glue. Hey, mine is sticking. I guess it's the static. You can put some glue, nope, fell off, and those little sequins can be attached to the collar. Okay, so we're almost done. We're getting closer to his face. The first thing I want you to do is to put on your handprints, okay? You can put them on the back because there'll be a little bit more room to stick them on. So one on each side, okay? On the top of the back. And then you get his googly eyes, and you're going to need quite a bit of glue because these eyes are big. And you have a pom-pom nose. And if you remember, whenever we glue pom-poms on, we need some extra glue as well. And that goes right at the tip of the triangle. Okay, so I'm going to show you the completed reindeer one more time. After you fold down the top part and you put glue underneath so it sticks, hold it for a few minutes to make sure it stays. You can attach his collar and the little sequins, and you can put on the handprints, and I would turn it around and put it on the back because you have more room. Otherwise, it may take up some space where you want to put his eyes on, and then you can put his eyes on and his pom-pom nose. And of course, use a little extra glue, and you do have to wait a few minutes so it dries. See, nothing is falling off mine because I was patient and I waited for it to dry. But if it does fall off, don't worry, just add some more glue and stick it back on. Okay, I think he is a very cute reindeer, or maybe it's a she reindeer. I like them. Now there's something to color. And it's a cute little reindeer as well. I colored mine so you could see what it looks like if it had color on it. Okay? All right. I think those are some fun things for today. You can take a break and you can do your project, or you can listen to the next section because I'm going to do the story. If not, you can pause me and then listen to the story later on. Okay, but I'll be back with it. Do you think it's about a reindeer? Maybe. Let's see. The name of today's story is The Little Reindeer by Nicola Killen. I like her little reindeer outfit. The Little Reindeer. It was Christmas Eve, and Ollie had just gone to sleep when, jingle, 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 she woke again with a start. What was that sound? She rushed to the window, but all she could see was a blanket of fresh snow. Grabbing her sled, she ran downstairs. Do you see that open window? Ollie jumped up to catch a falling snowflake. when she heard the magical sound again. Jingle, jingle, jingle. She had to follow it. Whoosh! Racing down the hill, she heard the ringing again. Jingle, jingle, jingle. And this time, it was much clearer. The bells got louder as the wind whistled and the trees shook. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Ollie was getting close. She took a deep breath and, feeling very brave, she ran into the darkness. There, hanging from a branch, was a collar circled with silver bells. Who could it belong to? Then came a new sound. Crunch, crunch, crunch. A reindeer stepped through the crisp snow toward Ollie. Hello, she whispered, not quite believing her eyes. Are you looking for this? The reindeer knelt down patiently while Ollie fastened his collar. Then he lowered himself even farther. Ollie knew exactly what to do and climbed onto his back. She wondered if they would go for a ride through the forest. But to her surprise, they soared up into the night sky, leaving the trees far below. Wow. Look at that. Wouldn't that be fun? The new friends landed softly in the snow. Thank you, Ollie whispered. They didn't want to part, but there was someone very special who needed the reindeer's help that night. Yawning sleepily, Ollie crept back to her room and was soon dreaming of her magical journey. Jingle, jingle, jingle. This time the silver bells didn't wake Ollie. As her reindeer flew through the night sky once more. In the morning, Ollie found her presents. Now she would always think of her new friend. See you next year, she whispered. Wow, that was a really magical story. I liked it a lot. I hope you did too. Okay, just one thing left to do, our ending song, and I'll be right back. Girls and boys, we are going to end with the clapping song. Are you ready?
This is a song and a clapping game. It's so much fun to play. You can do it with a group, you can do it by yourself, you can do it most every day. Just listen out. Have you got it? This is so much fun. Now it's going to be your turn to try the clapping part. You can do it real loud or do it real soft, but get ready because we're going to start. Here we go. Once more now. I think you've got it. Oh boy. The good thing about this clapping is that the rhythm will never change. But the things we're going to clap on, they seem a little strange. On your stomach now. On your shoulders.
That's silly.
Oh, very good. The good thing about this clapping is that the rhythm will never change. But the things we're going to clap on may seem a little strange on your knees now. On your hips now.
No one claps on their hips.
Oh, great. One more time. Here is the end of the clapping song. It's sung in many lands. Just to make us feel good on the very last time, everybody clap with your hands. Here we go now. Last time now. Yeah!
All right. That was fun. I'm going to clap for you. Okay, girls and boys, we are done for today. I hope you enjoyed the project and the story because I enjoyed doing it with you and reading the story to you. Okay, until the next time, please stay well, please be good, and have a wonderful day. Bye.